The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.
You know, in America at the moment, there's a lot of talk about the K-shaped economy. Car dealers are sealing it. Now, if you've got a good, safe job, good income, you're in the markets, invested in the AI before it all pops, you're feeling pretty good at the moment, you're on that upward bit of the K. You're buying a flash new car with some carbon extras. Now, if you've been laid off, on the other hand, or about to be by a robot, you hate AI, of course, because you never earned enough to buy stock anyway, and your SNAP payment hasn't come through because the whole place is shut down, you're holding on to your car, not to mention sweating, making ends meet. You are on the downward bit of the K. And the interesting thing about that, it looks like we might have something similar here in New Zealand. Recruiters Robert Walters are already warning of the increased costs of labour in the so-called recovery because people with the skills that are going to be in demand can charge more. Why? Because we're short of them. Why? Because everyone left for Australia. In ideal times, as an economy recovers, you hoover up those who have lost their jobs, right, when the times were tight. Now, this time, anyone who was marketable left, and what we have sadly are a group who, it would appear are not available to take part as growth returns. Yes, there are plenty of unemployed, 5.3% as of the numbers last week, not to mention a growing number of so-called underutilised. But as far as skills go, that's where we have an issue. Not everywhere or everyone, of course, but it is becoming increasingly obvious that there are too many underskilled, underqualified people in this country. And that is sadly what eventuates when you have a system that spits kids out at 15, 16 or 17 years old without a pathway to success. When times are good, any number of people get swept up for bits and pieces type jobs. Lots of employers can afford to fork out on those kind of jobs. But they are the first to go, and when the rest of the talent bails, the ones without the skills aren't the ones to fill the growth areas. Hence, we will once again have to rely on imported labour, which this time around may or may not be available depending on whether they see us as a cool place to be or not. And numbers would suggest perhaps they don't. Now, if they don't, that weighs on the recovery and the speed at which we pick up. Robert Walters seemed to suggest this is an issue. For those who stayed and have the skills, though, I guess you'll be in a new car before you know it.
The Mike Hosking Breakfast, 6 to 9 weekdays on Newstalk ZB.